All right, g'day, hi, and welcome. Welcome to Journey of an H String. I don't know what. Let's see what we get. On the effects somewhere. Wow, is that ever raining? My H string made it rain. Holy crap. Oops, thunder of the gods, there we go. Oh yeah, anyway. So, holy smokes, it's crazy. I don't know if you guys can hear that on the camera, but it is really, really pouring out there. So H string, who's it for, who's it not for? Okay, I've seen videos of guys, they buy these things, and they're like, I regret my purchase, I barely touch it. Do a lot of research before you buy an 8-string or a 7-string. Wow. That's the power of an 8-string. I tell you, it changes the weather. Maybe it was my bad playing, I don't know. But the 8-string is not for the guy who doesn't adapt well to difference. Not so much change, but difference. Most guys, as soon as they get it, they're going to start noodling around. You know, whatever, they're going to play in stuff that's familiar to them, right? And then they got these 2 strings here that they don't know what to do with. So then they go to the you know, they just chug with it. That's that. Like, they don't know what else to do with it, right? So they don't really know how to noodle around on it to get something different, right? I can't hear that with all the rain there. Wow, that's really hard, right? So you got to think a lot different with this guitar. It does come quite natural to me because I'm a multi-instrumentalist, so I play necks as small as mandolins and violins and ukuleles all the way up to the 12 string, which is just a tad bit narrower than this, maybe down to, say, the B string. Maybe not quite that wide on that, but it is pretty close. It's strangely that my tack has the same kind of U shape as this kind of neck. Not as nice as this, but it's similar, right? So I adapt to necks really easily. Where my issue is not so much the scale length. With me, it's once I get up past the E, it's like my fingers kind of want to land in the middle of the frets. But that's just training my hands to get to you know, like kind of. So so I'm precise with the E, you know, like. But I have to think about like where I'm gonna land on the B and the F sharp, right? And that's weird, and that's probably something that a lot of guys are coming up against, where they can't, they're kind of landing like not right where they want to be because they're not used to stretching all the way up onto these extra two strings, and it's probably not very, it's probably something that's discouraging them a bit, but well, you get fairly used to it. You know, just you can do a little exercise like that just to get used to running up and down the strings this way. This way, again, the scale length, no problem. The scale length for some people, if they have really small hands, uh, that might be a bit a little stretch. Whatever. So they might have a problem with stretching out. You know, like like getting that kind of big wild stretches. You know, like the. Dropping picks. That's not an A string issue. That's a me issue. Dropping picks. So yeah, so the 8 string is going to be just what do you do with the thing, right? So I'm 3 weeks in. I recorded a little bit with it. Still noodling around, trying to find good sound out of that. Good sound out of it. Right now, this seems to be the amp for it. It's the best I got, But I would like to know, some of you 8 string players out there that it might be watching this just for a laugh or whatever. What amps have you tried that seem to work really well with these extended range guitars? Because you could tell it's really hard on this, and I really don't want to blow up this. That low end is really low, right? So I know some guys are playing through bass amps, but that I think would kill that mid-range dynamic. That like the one thing about the 8 strings is they do lack the mid bite that you get on shorter scaled guitars. So you need something that can take that low end range. But, like a lot of guys, again, they're going to be lost on where to start with this thing. I'm starting in standard tuning, probably for the first month or so. I'll be in standard tuning just to see what I can do. I don't think these guitars really shine in standard tuning, to be honest with you. I think open tunings is where you're going to get the razzle dazzle. From the people I've been listening to that are, much more experienced on these things than I am, it seems like that's where you go with this thing, is to some sort of a different tuning to really maximize the low end of the guitar, to get a more of a natural chord or whatever, like an open E kind of thing, or a drop C, or whatever going to be double drop A for all the metalheads, open B, whatever it's going to be, or drop B or whatever. And use these 2 strings more as drones than anything seems to be where you kind of go with it at first. But then if you're in standard tuning and you're redoing your music theory all over again, learn your yeah, nope, something like that anyway, key of C or whatever. It's pretty much all, I probably screwed it up a bit there, but you get the idea. Learning it from here and starting there, right? So it's a little bit trickier. Thinking in that range. Your normal like octave triangle is like, okay, now you got this. you can't, you're gonna miss ones there. Yeah, so it'll be like, yeah, that's it. Yeah, okay, I guess that's what you're gonna do. Yeah, yeah. So anyway, you got to visualize your fingerboard where you're gonna go and stuff like that. Um, with the octave triangle, it's weird from up here. So you can hit those. So you got to really think about it where you're going to go for your octaves. So for your octave stuff, right? Um, so yeah, I would start. If you're a guy that got one and you're not sure what you're going to do with it, you could buy it. And you played around with it for a week and you noodled around with it, and it doesn't seem to be the thing for you. What I would recommend is go the music theory route with it. That way, because you probably get rid of it not realizing what you're getting rid of. And I think, like I say, in 10 years' time, if I'm still alive, hopefully, um, and I've been playing this guitar for 10 years, I'm going to probably look back and say, glad I never got rid of it. It's just pick it up, learn something on it, put it away. Pick it